What's up guys, it's Jazz and welcome to the Neurodivergent Dog Trainer. Today we're going to be working on the look at me. The look at me is a very simple command. It's also called focus. A lot of people use here. Essentially your dog stops what they're doing, they look directly into your eyes. The difficult thing about this one is getting the dog to actually look into your eyes, and you have to time it just right. We're gonna have two different ways, one with treats, one with a human treat, which is cheese. Pick which one works best for you. So the method that I have found works best, to use a stick of string cheese, take a bite of it and hold that cheese in your mouth, because the dog's gonna realize that while they're waiting for that cheese, they're gonna be staring at your face area anyway. So their eyes only have to move from here to here. And the second that their eyes meet your eyes, give them that marker command, that yes, or whatever word you're using for that. Once you get that command, you have a second to get them that treat. Here's where it gets tricky. Get them to stay looking at us. So while we're delivering that treat, their eyes are gonna dart back down to that treat. We can take this two routes. We can either give them the treat, which is what I typically do, and we just work on longer durations. And then at some point I will put a treat in my other hand. They don't realize it's there. So whenever I say yes, I can just let them nibble on this treat while I still have the treat that's luring them to my eyes right in my hand. Why do dogs hate this command? Eye contact in dog language is not a good thing. It usually means that they are challenging each other. They are vying for where they stand with the other dogs, where they might be about to attack. It's the rest of their body language you gotta keep an eye on. That being said, eye contact, as much as I hate it myself, it's super important in the human world. Because of that, dogs have to be able to be looking a human directly in the eye, because especially with little kids, they don't know much better, and a lot of adults don't know much better, but they will just run up staring dead into your dog's eyes. That is a very intimidating, and then they wonder why they get bit. Because to that dog, you are all up in their space and attacking them. You're making that direct eye contact, you're big and wide like this. The dog's gonna feel this big and very possibly can lash out with fear-based reactions, which a lot of people see as aggressive because they use their mouth. Well, they don't have hands to make fists out of, so what are they gonna use? All that being said, we're gonna get into it now. So, and take your bit of string cheese here. If mouth noises bug you, this may not be the way to go, unless you're trying to desensitize yourself to them. Or you can go back to our tips from getting ready to have a puppy, and wear a good pair of headphones. So what you're gonna do is bite off a small amount of cheese, about yay big, and you're just gonna pop it in the corner of your mouth. That way you can nibble off small amounts. As you can see, cheese for these guys is like the highest value reward. I'm gonna show you guys a few progressions on how to level up your look at me. So what you're gonna do is take a small nibble of your cheese or your treat and hold it up between your eyes. The second that they stare into your eyes, you're gonna mark yes, and then give it to them. Okay, and I always, when I'm doing this, I break the 4-step process. I switch the release and the reward. I give them the reward after releasing them, just so they know it's okay to not be staring at me. Now you can see Merle really likes cheese. Oh man, thank you. So he's gonna keep looking at my fingers. So before I put my fingers back in my mouth, I always at least try to wipe them off, so I'm not putting their slobber directly into my mouth, because that's disgusting. But also, when I bite off the cheese, I'm gonna stick it outside of my mouth so I'm not actually touching my mouth. So, focus. Yes. Good focus. Now Merle thinks I have a treat in my hand behind my back, which is why I have it behind my back, so that they'll actually look at me. Dolly is really good at this. Merle struggles because he's just very, very food motivated. Okay. As you can see, very food motivated. So we'll do this for about 5 or 6 reps. Once you get to where they'll hold it for about 30 seconds, those can start making it more challenging. So you're gonna keep the piece of treat in your mouth and hold it out between your teeth and stick your arms out here. They're usually used to getting treats from your hands. So sticking it out here, they're gonna stare at your hands for a little bit. I'm just gonna wait for them to look at you. If they do that, I just open my palms up and let them realize there's nothing there. And I'll put my hands back in my pockets until they sit again. Focus. Yes, good boy, Merle. Yeah. Yes, good girl, Dolly. Then I just spat the treat out and they didn't even notice it. Okay. Like whenever you finish like puppy classes and stuff, a lot of places will test you with either a 15-second to a minute long focus. Typically the minute long focus isn't until like the secondary level of training, but some places challenge you a lot. One of the benefits to keeping the cheese in your mouth is you have just positioned yourself as the most important thing in the world. Okay. So they are going to be staring at your face, constantly trying to figure out if you're going to give them a treat or not. So once you start doing this, don't be surprised if your dog just sits here and stares at you while you're cooking, while you're doing anything, because that's the connection they've made. I sit here and I look at you, I'm asking for the thing. So this mixed with the sit is the ultimate please and thank you. The sit is the please and thank you. This is please and thank you plus the cute factor. So yeah, now we're about halfway through this lesson. If you guys are getting any value out of this, feel free to hit that like button in comments, let me know, and subscribe if you want more neurodivergent-based dog training tips. The fact that I haven't picked a word yet because they all just kind of mean give me your attention. So if I see I have their attention, I don't really care if they're staring at me. I do want them to be okay with people looking them dead in the eye and not react to it. It's not something new or scary or anything like that. Focus. Okay, so that was about 45 seconds, and he broke it twice. Okay, this last one, this is kind of the ultimate distraction test. So what you're gonna need for this one is actually a toy. So once they get good, they can hold 45 seconds to a minute, and I don't care if they sit, if they down, if they stand up, as long as they maintain that eye contact, that's all I care. So what we're gonna do is introduce a distraction. I'm gonna set them up for success. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in a sit. Hey guys. Sit. I'm gonna have to hide the toy. So when I'm hiding the toy that I need to use later, just stick it up the back of your shirt. Hey. Focus. Yes. And when you're training a puppy, you have to understand your training sessions are going to be probably 15 to 30 minutes max. And then they're going to need a break because their brains are working real hard right now. Look at me, focus. So now I'm just going to, so they know there's a toy back there, and even just that motion of reaching behind me, they break focus. So they can't see the distraction yet. Good focus. So I'm gonna be telling them they're doing a good job this whole time through. I'm slowly gonna remove the toy. This is actually a corn on the cob we got from BarkBox, I wanna say. I don't remember which one, so I haven't done a review on it. But now they're still checking in with me. They're still holding my gaze, but they are looking at the sound of the noise, which is okay, you can look at it. Just return that focus back to me. So there, they fully broke. Toy disappears. Hey. But to be fair, that was probably close to 30 to 45 seconds. So now I'm just gonna get a quick, good focus. Good girl. Roll, focus. Good boy. how you do this with treats is just the exact same way, except for instead of having the treat in your mouth, you're just holding it up here, and or you have it in your pocket, treat bag, pouch, whatever you use for that. That's where I'm gonna end it. 1, I'm out of cheese. 2, they are tired. See you guys next week. Bye.